40 years of life, there's been a lot of trauma and ins and outs and, you know, marital conflicts and whatnot, and God has always honored the fact that even though there were many times we considered calling it quits, that we chose to stay together to honor Him and our testimony. About the 3 or 4 years prior to us moving here, God laid it on our hearts that we needed to get our relationship in the right place and get back together as a couple and try to see what that looked like in our lives. And so we had been praying and looking for a house here for, I think it was just about 3 years before the doors opened in both locations that we were able to afford a house here. And so we've moved here, and God has been teaching us a lot of stuff on how to be in a peaceable relationship and learning to communicate on a honorable, calm type of way. I was always very angry. I had a lot of hurts in my life, and it made me very angry, and so of course my form of communication was usually quite loud and boisterous, and therefore he didn't communicate at all because he didn't want the fighting. So then about a year after we moved here, like, we were working on it together, and God was teaching me things about the one scripture that he kept telling me on almost a daily basis is a quiet answer turns away wrath, I think it said. And I'd understood this to say, like, oh, if somebody's mad at me and I'm quiet, well, then they won't be mad at me anymore. But he kept dealing with my heart and saying, no, it's your wrath that your quiet answer will turn away, because you will not be angry and you will be blessing somebody without being angry. You can let my spirit still the anger within you and answer in a more righteous manner. And I was working really hard on that, and then situations happened in our son's life. Some of you met him, Richard, and he's living with us at this point, trying to complete helicopter school and working on his lifestyle while his wife works on her lifestyle, so they can get together and also break the cycle of abuse and anger. And he's been a real catalyst for me and for Bill, learning to communicate properly, because he will take both of us aside at different times and say, you know, when you said this or when you said that, that really hurt. And it kind of looked like when Cassie and I were doing this and Cassie and I were doing that. And that's what that looks like. It hurts. And now I see how the kids are feeling and how they're hurting. And because I hurt when I see you doing that. And so that's basically where we are in our lives and what God is doing for us at this point. And there's never a time in your life where God doesn't have something for you to say or do or learn. If we're open, he will always be willing to teach us something. Yeah. You're going to have strife, or you're not going to be human. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can't, because you're not the same. Although we're supposed to be one, we are not one person. We were not raised, even if you were raised in the same family, under the same house, with the same rules and the same regulations, there's still strife, because you're a human being and God has different things to show each of us. Mm-hmm. And so few of us are capable of working through that without some conflict with your partner. Because it hadn't worked. 25 years, it hadn't worked. In 25 years, he was trying to change me, and it hadn't worked. So, you know, when we started deciding that we really wanted to finish our lives together, that we had to stop trying to make each other be the person that we wanted, or what we thought they should be. I'm thankful that I see our family growing. I'm thankful that it's happening. It's been a long time, and there's been a lot of promises given over the years of what our family's testimony will mean to other people. And I am seeing it not just within us, but different individuals that are softening to the Godhead and to the Christianity philosophy. I won't say that they're Christians yet, but they're not hard against it anymore. And, well, one of Bill's brothers has gotten saved. I think it was 8 years ago. And I do believe it's part of our relationship, part of our being part of the family has been, not the catalyst, but it has encouraged the fact. And, our kids, both our sons, turned away from us and turned away from God as very young teenagers, and now they're both wanting to follow into it. Like the one son, Andrew, is not sure yet. He has so much wounding, but Richard has been trying for a number of years and has actually decided that he's going to step out and he's going to do this. And I know that it's the change in us too that is encouraging him.